for man in the garden, they had all the food. They had trees everywhere. There was trees. There was, they had everything that they could possibly need in the garden. But they were tricked, and now they know good and evil. And God was just like, no, they can't have access to the tree of life, because then they'll be immortal and they'll know good and evil, just like how, the angels do. So they had to get kicked out of the garden. So that's when sin and death entered into the world, and that's when we were under time. So whenever Adam and Eve left from the garden, that's when human beings started to age. But back then they lived longer, because they had to populate. For women, pain and childbirth, which we still go through to this day, God sent Jesus so that we could have a way out of that. So whenever we were cursed, sin and death entered into the world, and that's why people die. The wages of sin is death. So Jesus took all of our punishments on the cross so that we didn't have to separate from God for eternity. And Jesus died, and then he rose on the third day. So no, he's not dead. He's alive. He has power, and he has authority to judge the world. He's going to come back. And if you aren't right with him, you're going to be left behind. You have to deal with tribulation. And what happens during the tribulation? If you're a Christian, you're left behind. You're going to be hunted down. You're going just like what happened to the first Christians. They were martyred for Jesus. Something that most Christians, especially in America, deal with is that, they're afraid to show their faith, because they're afraid of being judged. But the truth is, at least we're able to talk about Jesus. There's going to come a time where if you say the name Jesus, or you're seen with a Bible, you will be hunted, you'll be arrested, killed. We're too scared to talk about Jesus now, but there's going to come a time where you can't associate with Jesus at all, or else you will be arrested and killed. But Jesus says, whoever loses their life will save it, and whoever saves their life will lose it. So if you're a Christian during that time and you're too afraid of death, just know that Jesus died and he defeated death. And he gave us hope, knowing that there's a place that we could go. So this world is temporary. You can't take anything with you. So why does it matter? If they're gonna take your life, who cares? At least if you die in Christ, you'll go to heaven and you'll get to walk in white with him. You'll eat with the saints, and you'll be up there with the angels, and you don't have to deal with pain and suffering anymore, or crying. For humans, we cannot process the thought of living forever, because we know that there's a time where we're going to die, and a lot of humans are afraid of dying. That's why you see all these anti-aging cream. What you should be worrying about is getting your soul right, so that you can live forever and not have to, why would you want to live forever on earth? What is here for you? What is here for you? Why live forever so you could work until you die? What is here for y'all? Y'all been on this earth for 50 years, you're still not rich. What are you getting out of this? I don't understand. Because a lot of people don't believe in anything after they die, so that's why a lot of people fear dying. But the truth is, being a Christian, if they're gonna make fun of you for being a Christian, who cares? At least whenever you're on your deathbed, you're able to be like, I can feel peace knowing that I'll be able to be with my God, and I'll be with the Creator, and I'll be in heaven, and I'll be happy, and I don't have to worry about pain. I don't have to worry about working or going to school or paying bills and stressful stuff. I don't have to worry about eating and drinking, being in the presence of God all day. But all I'm saying is that Jesus is coming back, and the world is going to get worse. A lot of ancient civilizations see solar eclipses as a rebirth of the sun, especially because they worship the moon and the sun, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to worship the sun and the moon. It's created, and that's idol worship, and God don't like that. Represent coming into a new age. Because I had a dream. It was a normal day, and then there was a solar eclipse out of nowhere in the middle of the day, and it just became dark. And then there was these fireballs coming down, and in the Revelation it talks about it. I'm able to look at my dreams and be backed up by the Bible. So there's no way anyone could say that the Bible is fake or that my dreams are fake. Because I had most of these dreams before I even read the Bible, so no one could tell me or discredit my truth, And I mean, just look at the world. There's natural disasters, wars, possibly famine. I don't really hear about it, at least not where I'm in. There's inflation, I think I already said war, but that's pretty much most of the stuff so far that is in Revelations. And on top of that, the solar eclipse that happened today, and Jesus saying that will be a sign. So it's just get ready, because he's coming back. So right now, all that's happening right now is that God is trying to figure out who his true people are, and the devil is trying to separate the wheat from the tare. So be a wheat, okay? Let's be a wheat. It's the angels are getting ready to take God's people. Wheat, because this is the harvest is happening right now, and we don't know when Jesus is going to come back. All we have to do is just keep looking at the signs and just focus on Jesus, because this world do not matter. You can't take anything with you. I'm not taking this phone with me or anything that I have on, but yet us as humans, we are trained to care about these things. When you die, the last thing you're going to think about is how many Instagram followers you got, how many, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is what shoes you got on, what clothes you got. Whenever you're about to die, you're not going to be worrying about that. The reality is, all this stuff matters. Just leave the world behind. There's even a movie that says leave the world behind. Hollywood is very evil. They always find a way to curse God, because it's just if the devil is the prince of this world, right? Because in the book of Job, he's like, oh, I'm patrolling and watching and stuff like that. So I mean, he's on earth. A lot of people believe that the devil is in hell, waiting for the souls to get there. But the truth is, he's working behind the scenes on the earth, especially in Hollywood, the powerful stuff. That's why you see the laws are changing, kids who get taken away. If you're the parent, I feel like you should have control over your kids' decisions. They're still a child. Don't call the pronoun that they want. No, the pronoun that they want to be called. You can get thrown into jail and fined, because the government are just going to change, and Christians aren't really going to have the best laws. So we're too afraid of talking about Jesus now. There's going to come a time where if you talk about Jesus, you will die, and you'll get arrested. All we have to deal with right now is just getting laughed at, and we can't even handle that. And I'm talking about myself.